Bet you didn't expect me to come from that side. And yet I did. Okay, so it's Friday. You know what that means, folks. New Music Friday. And we have a lot of records to talk about. So let's get started. First and foremost, PinkPantheress and the album Fancy That. So this is PinkPantheress's second release. This is her sophomore album. And you know what? It maintains a lot of the same sound that she has created from the her original mixtape to now. This record comes in 9 tracks, just barely over 20 minutes in length, and it's really nice. It's a little breeze of an album. You can get in your car, drive for a little bit, stop, and pretty much by the time you stopped, record's over. Yeah, had a great time listening to it. If you like all those hallmarks of the Pink Panther sound, pop, and then she adds in a little bit of electronic or maybe some house elements. There's some emotional lyrics in there about relationships and the like, which again, not unlike a Pink Panther song or record to have. So really, we're just maintaining the status quo. Nothing wrong with that. I love her music. I love her approach to pop, and I think, you know what? This was a really, really nice little record. Here's a new artist for you, Sailorr, with the album From Florida's Finest. And folks, when you see album artwork like this, you simply have to know what the record sounds like. And I am pleased to tell everyone the music on the album is great. Sailorr is a up-and-coming R&B artist. She's just getting her start. This is her debut album. She just got started last year. She already has a feature from Summer Walker. I have to imagine with a record this good and with a co-signer like that, she's probably on to bigger and better things, so you might want to remember her name. So yeah, the record here from Florida's Finest is just from top to bottom, from tip to tail, a classic R&B album, pretty laid back, kind of old school. It's really nice. There was one track on the album that I just did not like more than the rest, Itadakimasu. Other than that, I think the record is flawless, and I highly recommend this. Great female-led R&B project with just, if you look through the credits, just a handful of people helped on this project. So really great job from Sailorr, and I'm excited to see what they have coming up next. Mike and Tony Seltzer are back with Pinball 2. Folks, if you know me, you know I love to play some pinball, and when Mike and Tony Seltzer released their first collaboration last year, loved it. Immediately loved it. It was kind of quick. Like any good sequel, it picks up right where the first one left off. For those that don't know, Mike is like a pretty lyrical rapper. He's got like a kind of a lower timbre to his voice. Tony Seltzer, actually was not even super familiar with him before the project last year, before Pinball 1, I guess. Really eclectic producer that takes in just a lot of different samples. Yeah, there's all these different elements. It kind of creates this sort of like hypnotic vibe as you're going through the whole record, with the way that Mike, his vocal delivery comes off, and then the way these tracks sort of work themselves through. And anyway, yeah, I had a really great time with this. This is like a kind of like a more artistic, maybe more abstract hip-hop record, but really had a great time listening to this. Pinball 2, Electric Boogaloo. Here's a fun one for you. Meatwound and the album Macho. These guys have taken hardcore punk, but they've kind of distilled it into their own formulation that's like very noisy, kind of in your face, and the singer has this sort of like this really guttural, low voice. It just sounds like he's yelling at you. And I gotta say, I had a lot of fun listening to the project here. From top to bottom, the whole album, Macho, really kind of sounds like that. It sounds like these guys are at the gym, bench pressing 400 pounds, and they're not even breaking a sweat. These guys sound like they're just, they live for that. Yeah, just like a really fun project. You know what? I think I will listen to this the next time I'm at the gym. Maybe that'll help me with the gains. But anyway, yeah, great stuff here. If you like hardcore, if you like noise rock, if you like that sort of stuff, if you like big, beefy guys, big, burly men yelling at you, you might like this record. Ericka De Casier with Lifetime. This Ericka De Casier record kind of came out of nowhere for me. She just released a project, I think last year, and you know what? It wasn't my favorite of her projects, the one previous to this, but you know, she's just getting started out. She is still very new. She's only been on the scene for a few years, at least to my knowledge. And anyway, so Lifetime actually came out just a few days ago. It didn't even come out today. It came out a few days ago, but it's really nice. So for those who don't know, Ericka De Casier kind of fits into this pop, R&B, electronic, sort of combining all those different elements into one sound. However, on this project, her vocals, they sound, you know, she kind of sounds like she's doing like almost like a Sade, sort of like where she's like almost, her voice sounds like it's just above a bare whisper, but she has a lot of control in that range, and she's able to really command these tracks from that place, and it allows a lot of room for the production. So you have, it's not like one side is taking over the other. It's like, even though it sounds like she's got these very breathy, very somber vocals, it meshes really well with the production. And the production here is a little bit more electronic than I think some of her previous records. At some points it goes into like kind of a house music sort of vibe, but yeah, I think this was a very nice project. Again, it's kind of short. It's not super long, and there you go. There's some records for you today. I won't spend a ton of time talking about it, but Kali Uchis released a new album today. You don't need me to tell you it's really good. It's really good. She's doing like really lovey-dovey sort of pop music. It kind of, you know, reminds me of stuff you would hear back in like the 1950s or the 1960s. And gosh, it's really nice. If for some reason you didn't like her previous album, the one that came out before this, because it was all in Spanish, well, I got good news. The new record's not in Spanish, but that shouldn't stop you from listening to good music. Listen to good music because it's good, not because you have to understand the lyrics. Anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. That's all that I have to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you check these albums out, these artists, and let me know what you think. Is there any other albums I should know about? Is there stuff that you've been listening to that you think I would like? Well, let me know. Give me a comment or whatever. You can get it to me. There's myriad ways. Anyway, I'll catch you later. Maybe I'll be back next Friday. Who knows? Bye-bye.